So, good evening, everyone. I know it's been a couple of days, it's been almost a week, right? And it has been an interesting time, and so much has changed, but we are grateful, right, for these times and these opportunities together. I'm going to turn the volume down so you won't get so much feedback. And we are going to talk about XAEL, and we're going to talk about all the wonderful things that are going on because there are some new things that are happening. All right. And so if you have yet to hear about the new things that are going on, please forgive while I try to adjust everything so that I can see it, right? I'm trying to adjust everything. Okay. Now, give me just 1 second as I'm, like I said, getting everything set up because some reason my screen has been doing some funky stuff and we don't want the funky stuff, right? We want to be able to flow and let it be good, right? Sounds good? Okay. So give me 1 second. I am getting everything, the last of everything set up. All right. But I hope that everyone has had a wonderful, wonderful evening because if truth be told, this has been an eventful week for me. I don't know about anyone else, but it's definitely been an eventful week for me. Um, I have had some interesting times, and I have had some times that were a little hairy. I did a almost 23-hour drive by myself. That was definitely eventful. I had never done it that far before. Definitely, I've done the 12 hours from Michigan to Georgia. That I can do that one, but this was a little different. So I'm giving people a few moments to get on. And while they're getting on, I'm going to set up the chat so I can see your comments and your questions. And when you know I hit the wrong button, that's okay. We're still flowing. We're still flowing. All right. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to set up and share my screen so you can see. And let's see here. Which screen are we showing? We're showing this one. Okay, so now everything is set up. We are ready to go. We're going to be talking about XAEL. We're going to get some understanding and some clarity because there have been some changes that have come down the pipe. There have been some updates and there have been some things that have been adjusted and readjusted, right? So that we all can have better opportunities. We all can grow. So, for those of you who don't know, my name is Shantell Smith, and I am a training instructor here at XAEL-AI, and this is an amazing opportunity. So we're going to talk about it. If you have questions, please, 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 I ask you to drop them in the chat, and I will check the chat periodically throughout this so that I can tell you more and more about it, right? So this is going to talk about the newcomers exclusive, right? And as we're talking about this, I want you to keep an open mind and know that I will not bring you something that if it was not legitimate, if I had not seen results and seen the benefits of it. Okay. So if you are new to XAEL, which is spelled XAEL, XAEL AI, consider getting involved, or you're already joined, but you still have some questions about how everything is sort of working, how it flows, right? Tonight's training is specifically for you. So my goal here tonight is to make it this as simple as possible, right? I want you to leave understanding three things. I try to keep it really simple. One, how XAEL works, right? Two, how the different parts of the platform can affect your income. And then three, what you should do next as a new partner. Are you following me? Let me get some thumbs up in the chat, some hearts. You can get your heart meets for those on TikTok. Right. Okay, so I'll also leave time to answer questions at the end because I would rather you ask questions than move forward without understanding what exactly is going on, what I'm talking about, and how this could be benefiting you so that you can also have another stream of income, right? So what is XAEL-AI? For those of you who are with us, I know I'm starting over from the basics, but I'm not going to stay here long and we're not going to go as in depth as the other videos. I'm just simply going to give them the overview, right? So let's start at the beginning. XAEL-AI or XAEL-AI presents itself, it's a company that focuses on artificial intelligence and robotic applications, right? The concept behind this platform is participation in the growing AI and robotic industry, particularly in the use of robots in commercial environments. So if you've never seen the robots delivering food for DoorDash, if you've never seen the driverless vehicles that are taxis in different cities, if you have never seen in a shopping mall the robots that are giving you directions versus you looking at that big board trying to figure out where to go next. This is what our robots are doing, working in warehouses, working in hotels at the front desk, right? Doing research, absolutely, all those things. Perfect. So we've been taught about applications involving environments such as restaurants, hotels, factories, industrial parks, commercial businesses. The broader idea is that businesses increasingly use automation to complete repetitive tasks, improve their efficiency, reduce their labor demands, and support their employees. So that's the broader idea, right? But I want the new members to understand something really important, really simple too. Don't join something simply because someone tells you that AI is the future, right? I want you to do your research and I want you to figure it out if this is for you, if this is something you want, if you're interested in something that will benefit you and your family for what your plans are, right? I can't speak to that. No one can but you. So understand what you're participating in, ask questions, read the information, understand the rules, understand how money enters and leaves the platform, and never put money into any opportunity that you cannot afford to lose. Okay? That is how I want this whole understanding and concept to be approached, right? Because some people will say, well, I see the opportunity, I see the benefits of it, and I do. But don't take your rent money and put that in here thinking that it's going to come back to you just like that, because this is not a get rich quick scheme. This is an actual business that is growing and scaling. Don't get me wrong. There are opportunities here for you to grow and for you to have another stream of income, but it's not going to happen overnight. And it does require you to put in some work and put some skin in the game. Okay? So, how does XAEL work? Now, let's talk about what you actually do, right? When you become a partner or a participant, you create your XAEL account and follow the onboarding process. Depending upon the current program or the policies available to you that you came in under, right? You may have access to different robots participation levels or promotional options. So if you came in on one of those promotional options, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, don't worry about it, because guess what? Things are shifting and changing. And as they are, I want you to know that for you right now, I'll tell you what's available for you right now. That's what we're going to talk about next. So just stay with me, okay? Now, once you activate it, you need to learn how to participate, the particular robot that you now work with or you have works. It's active, period. What actions are required from you and how earnings displayed within the platform are calculated. Do not assume that every robot works exactly the same. Please don't. That is especially important because XAEL has introduced additional options recently. And so that's why I'm here to tell you and share that information with you, right? So the new $100 robot option. One of the newer updates is the $100 robot option. So previously we had discussed the $180 robot, which was presented for a 5-year validity period. Now, XAEL has now introduced a lower costing robot, which is $100, with the stage period usage of 50 days. So your robot is active for 50 days. You have 50 days from the time you start and activate your robot to upgrade to the next level, right? It gives someone, this is important because it gives someone who does not want to start at one of the larger levels another entry point where they can test it out, see if it works for them, see if this is something they're really interested in, right? But remember, lower entry cost does not eliminate physical risk. I need you to understand that. I want you to come into this knowing that there's always an opportunity. There's always room for growth. There are always opportunities for bonuses. But please don't come in here thinking that, again, you're going to get that $100 back in one day. Now, did some of us make more than $100 in the first week? Absolutely. I was one of them. And I can attest to that. However, that I can't guarantee that's going to be your outcome because you're not me. And I don't know what your availability is and how much time you're willing to put into this, right? So before pushing or purchasing, before pushing yourself to upgrade or any of those things, remember this. Make sure that you understand the purchase amount, the robot's active period, the current stated earning structure, withdrawal requirements, upgrade requirements, any applicable fees, what happens when the robot expires. So policy can change, and it has changed recently here. And since I've been here, in the month that I've been here, policies have changed, I think, 3 times now. So I need you to understand something. Things are changing as it's growing. And as we're doing this, they're trying to make sure that they're ensuring us and covering us, but also making sure that this company survives and thrives. So I want you to look at this with open eyes and an open heart, right? Open mind. Policies change. So always verify the current information inside of XAEL before making a financial decision. Next thing, how can income increase? This is important because questions most newcomers have is, how do I make more money? How many of us had that question when we got here? How do I make more money? That was me. I know that was me. I'm just going to check really quickly to see. I'm sorry, I'm just going on, and I was supposed to have notes and prompts to tell me when I'm supposed to change my robot picture. So this was talking about tonight's training. Y'all could have said something about, PowerPoint. Y'all could have told me that. But that's okay. I'm going to keep going. How does it work? We are past how does it work? We are talking about the $100 robot. Here we are. How can I increase income increase? There we go. Now, I caught up. See? Thank you for anybody who's watching on Zoom or on YouTube and for letting me know. Right. So, based on the structure of XAEL, we have been taught there are many ways, and there are several ways. The components may shift and change based on your team, right? But your robot level, the different robot levels have different participation amounts and stated earning structures. So every single day when you launch your robot earns a set amount for that 24-hour day, right? So that's one way of earning. Generally, the larger levels require more capital. So please understand this. Higher participation does not automatically mean that you should upgrade, right? Your financial situation should determine what you can responsibly afford. That's on you, not on us, right? Never upgrade because someone pressures you. If someone is pressuring you, please let your mentor know. Please let someone else, a team lead know. Let someone know that you feel like you're being pressured, because that's not what we're trying to. That's not what we're here for. Never borrow money simply because someone showed you an income screenshot. Never assume that someone else's results will automatically become your results. You have to show up. You have to be here. You have to participate. I'm not saying it's going to take all day participation, but no, if you're willing at the times that there are set and structured bonuses, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, be willing to be here for 15, 20 minutes. 5 p.m. The 5 p.m., 5 questions, the Q&A, 5 o'clock Q&A with Emily. Be willing to be here for the 20 minutes so that you can answer all 5 questions and find out if you won, right? 7 p.m. Be here for the red envelope, for the bonuses. And be willing to be here for at least 20 minutes, if not more. But you got to also participate. Communicate and connect with some people here. You may find out that a neighbor down the street is already in the company, and now the two of you all together can start building something powerful for your community. You may find out that a relative of yours is already in here, and you're like, oh my goodness, I didn't even know you knew about this. Now you all can bring it to the family and start doing like some of the other people here, building in the family and then going outside the family, right? So, number 5, let's keep going. Let's talk about team building. That's another way that you can build your income. Build a team under you, recruit some people, right? Another major component is team development. This is where some people misunderstand the opportunity. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of people have a lot of questions after they've joined. But if you stay connected to the person that brought you in and the mentorship that we have here, plus the groups that we're in, all you do is ask questions. If you put a question out there, within moments, someone will answer that question, right? You may hear invite people, but I don't believe in chasing people, okay? I don't believe in pressuring people. That's not our job. And I don't believe in promising someone that they're going to make a certain amount of money because their story and their time availability is not yours, right? So instead share information. Share what you personally experienced. And you have the proof, the receipts of that in your phone, your screenshots, right? Explain how you got started. Show people what you actually know. Then allow them to make their own decisions, their own informed decisions, right? So my philosophy is really simple. Educate, demonstrate, and let people decide. Really simple. It takes the weight off of you so that you don't ruin a friendship because you're trying to pressure them. I know that you may love your family, your friends, and you may want them to have this opportunity. But if they don't see it like you see it, guess what? Let your story be the thing that they look at and be like, oh, maybe I should. But let them see it first. So educate them, tell them, demonstrate it, show them what you're doing, and then let them make their own decision. Because their story may not be your story, and their availability and their time structure, also their financial responsibilities may not be yours, right? So if someone isn't interested, respect that and say, I thank you for listening. Next. Really simple, right? So if someone wants more information, help them. If they decide to join, make sure they are properly trained. Encourage them to come to the 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Q&A, 5 o'clock Q&A. Encourage them to come because I promise you I learned so much because Emily, not only does she ask the 5 questions, right, and gives you an option to answer, but after each question, she puts the correct answer after everyone has had an opportunity to answer, and she has a detailed explanation as to why it's the answer. That's how I learned a lot about the company when I first started because I did not know much and I was still doing the research, right? So, because recruiting somebody and abandoning them is not leadership, I want you to develop people and don't worry about building this whole hierarchy before you develop the people. Make sure the people have the information so that they are informed and you all can grow together, right? It's so much fun, more fun building with a team than building alone, right? If you've ever built anything, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go to the next slide and let's talk about the referrals and the team structure. So XAEL is periodically offering referral incentives. They do, and promotional programs. So those incentives, they can change at any moment, and they do. And that means I don't want you to memorize one promotional number, right? Or assume that it will always be available. It may not. Like I said, it's already changed 3 times since I've been here, and I had an opportunity to get some people in and to sign some people up, and some people missed it. And so a few of them got in on the next one. But again, whatever you do, just make sure that you're staying abreast. You're showing up at the 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time meeting for everyone that's in our team, right? And Mentor Toby will actually break down everything. Any new information that's coming down from corporate office, he breaks it down for us. He explains it thoroughly. He makes sure that you have no questions. And then at the end of it, he asks for you to give him a summary of what you understood that he said. And he goes over every single one of them. Why? Because he wants to make sure that everybody understands this so that there are no misunderstanding, no misconceptions, right? So whenever a promotion is announced, not pronounced, announced, verify it, right? You can just verify with Toby and or verify it with whoever you came in under, right? And that means who qualifies, how long the promotion lasts, what actions are required, when are the rewards credited, and whether withdrawal conditions apply. So your long-term strategy should never depend entirely upon a temporary promotion. It shouldn't. Promotions are bonuses. They're not guaranteed, and they can go away or shift or change at any time, right? Education and responsibility, participation should always be the foundation, right? Educate and be responsible with your participation. That should always be your foundation. And so I want you to know, I encourage you, build a team, because having some people that are working with you to build, it makes it easier, it makes it more fun. But guess what? Then you all can start doing things like throwing little parties and inviting some friends over who are you think would be interested. And Toby is sweet enough that he will encourage you to do so. And he may try to help out with some of the things that you're purchasing for the party. I'm not saying it's guaranteed. I'm just saying that there's some beautiful benefits and bonuses, especially when you get here and you start participating. Hi, everybody. Okay, so I'm seeing people now commenting and thank you. And I'm looking to see if there are any questions right now. I'm not seeing any. Yes, okay. And so we're going to go to the next slide and we're going to keep moving, right? A simple daily approach. And I want you to approach this daily activity and participation. Daily. Why? Because first of all, you're still learning. So you want to show up so that you can make sure that you're getting the information, but also that you're getting everything that you need, right? As we're doing this, please, let's make sure one thing that has been emphasized repeatedly in all of our trainings is the activity. Show up, interact, say hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever you say. Grand Rising is what I say. Don't just join the platform and disappear. Learn, attend the trainings, understand your robot, check your account, stay connected with your mentor and your team. And if you decide to build a team, support the people you introduce. Don't just abandon them, bring them here and abandon them. A simple daily approach can be something as simple as learn something new every day. Check your account daily. Complete the required activities, which is launch your robot, right? And show at least one bonus a day. Just one. Share information with 1 to 3 people if you're choosing to build 1 to 3 people every day, 1 to 3, right? And then follow up with the people who have already expressed interest, because some of them may have been just waiting to see if you still have more receipts onto the one that you showed them previously, right? I'm telling you, I'm still building receipts and I got plenty of receipts. Support your existing team. Don't bring people on if you're not going to be willing to support them and help them. Talk to them, answer their questions, steer them in the right direction, help them to recruit if they need it, right? You don't need to harass 50 people every single day about this. No, but just talk to 1 to 3 people who you think would benefit from having another stream of income. That sounds simple enough, right? Consistency is more important than desperation. Being consistent, showing up, and being open and honest and clear, right? Because how many of us have heard some stuff and then it's like, it was nothing like what we were told in the beginning. If that doesn't make you feel like this stuff may not be worth my time or whatever, I'm telling you, you want to be honest and upfront with people. Let's talk about withdrawals, because I've had a lot of people coming with questions about that, right? So now let's talk about it. Extremely important, because we want to know how to get your money out of the app, right? Money displayed on the platform and money successfully withdrawn are not the same thing. They're not. So I want every newcomer to understand this distinction. Money displayed on the platform and money successfully withdrawn are not the same thing. Learn the withdrawal process for yourself. Understand it. Minimal withdrawal requirements. Right now, the minimum withdrawal is $10, right? It has to be minimum 10. Processing time. Know the processing time. I'm not going to give you all of this information right here, right now, because that's not why we're here. I'm just giving you an overview of some things that you need to. I do know the answer. So if someone asks, I will answer it. But know the processing time, right? 48 to 72 hours if you just have to know. Thank you. Okay. I saw someone put it up there. Okay. That's okay for TikTok. It's okay. Any applicable fees. Yes, there is a withdrawal fee. Withdrawal limits. There is a withdrawal limit, but I promise you, if you hitting that withdrawal limit, baby, you're not worried about if that withdrawal is going to post anytime soon. You're not worried, because I promise you, you already living your best life if you hit that limit. Okay. Right. So, recharge requirements, if applicable. When you're ready to upgrade your robot, you have to put money into your account and the recharge, and then you purchase your upgraded robot. So, recharge requirements, you can get those. It's really simple. Like I told you, that's why we have the mentor. That's why you have the person who brought you in, but also you have a whole team full of people who are excited to help, excited to answer questions, and always here to help, right? Any restrictions associated with upgrades. Trust me, you want to know all these things, and keep your own records, right? Keep your own records. If you withdraw money, document it, right? If you deposit money, document it. If you purchase or upgrade a robot, document it. Social work 101. The first thing I learned my junior year at Georgia State University about being a social worker, if it's not documented, it's not real, it didn't happen. Okay? So document it. Don't depend entirely upon screenshots inside the app. Responsible financial participation requires good record keeping. And so you have to be a good record keeper. Okay? Now, let's go to the next slide. I'm getting better with these PowerPoint presentations, people. I don't know. Y'all not telling me if I am or not, but I'm feeling like I am. So, all right. So now let's keep moving forward. I was just checking to see if there are any questions. Okay. So upgrading. You may eventually hear someone say, you should upgrade. And if you don't, I'm telling you, you should upgrade. Okay. Now, my response is this: understand before you upgrade them. Ask yourself, can I afford this? Do I understand the current terms? Have I successfully used the platform while I've been here? Have I tested the withdrawal process? Am I making this decision because it makes sense to me or because I feel pressured? Right? Those are important questions. And when you have a true answer to that, remember, then and only then do you move forward. But an upgrade should be an informed financial decision, not an emotional reaction. Should I repeat that again? An upgrade should be an informed financial decision, not an emotional reaction. We're all clear? Right. So we're zooming right along. Okay. So what do I not want my team doing? So I made this slide just for this is for my team, right? And so I did this because I want you to know and have some things set in your heart and your mind for when you start building your own team. Because when you get here, eventually you're going to want to build a team. So have some things set. So there are several things I don't want associated with Team Legacy. That's my team, right? So do not tell somebody you can't not lose. Do not tell somebody this is guaranteed money. Do not tell somebody to put your rent money in because you'll get it back. Unless you're planning on paying their rent for them or giving them a place to stay should they get put out, then again, we're going to move in wisdom, right? So wisdom is taking the information, right? Understanding it, internalizing it, researching it, doing a deep dive on it, right? So that we have understanding, which begins to make it knowledge, right? Knowledge is a beautiful thing. But then when you begin to apply that knowledge, now you're moving and operating in wisdom. Understand? That's where we stand, right? Do not let someone tell you to take out a loan to upgrade. Don't do that. Do not pressure someone into participating because you want a referral reward. These are things that I tell my team. I tell my team this because I want us to operate in the highest level of excellency, the highest level of integrity. And I want us to match not just what I'm saying and feeling, but I want us to match what the company is saying and feeling. And the company stands behind everything and tells you, use wisdom in all that you do. Show up and learn first. Even though I knew some people I wanted to bring on immediately when I got here, my mentor was like, give it a week or so. Work with it, see how you like it, see and make sure that you fully understand. Then start talking to other people, right? Because when you're doing this, this is an opportunity that you can build strong relationships and you all can build strong foundations, but also a strong second or third or extra stream of income. But the information should be available and able to be understood by you first, and then by anyone that you bring on. Does that make sense to everyone? Can I get some thumbs up, some chats, hand wave, smile, a heart? Yes? Okay, let's keep going. How to talk to someone about XAEL, right? Keep it simple. You can go on my YouTube channel and look at a video I did, and I gave some really, really good tools and tips on how to talk to people about XAEL, right? You can say something like, I've been participating in an AI and robotics platform called XAEL. I'm learning how its robots participation and team model works. And I've been documenting my own experience. And I want to share this information with you and show you. If you're interested, I'll show you how the information and how it works, how the information has been working and applying in my life, but also explain to you how I've learned what I've learned thus far. Then you can decide whether or not this is something you may want to explore. Notice, I didn't say, you're going to make a certain amount. I didn't say that you're guaranteed any type of returns. I didn't tell somebody that they're foolish not to join in because I don't know what their situation is. I simply said, this is an open door. And if you see some benefit in it, or even if you're remotely interested or intrigued, let's talk about it some more, right? We leave it open to them, but we don't pressure them. And then it makes them feel more comfortable to come to you and ask questions, even if they don't move right away. Sometimes it takes people about 7 times to hear something before they'll move, right? So let's talk about your first steps as a new partner with XAEL, right? If you are brand new, don't try to learn everything in one night. Start here. Learn your account. Like, know where everything is. Understand the robot. Know what it does. Understand how to launch it. Understand the coding, all of that, right? Know what you purchased and how long it remains active. Simple, right? Number 3, learn the daily process. Know exactly what actions you're responsible for completing on a daily basis. Because if you don't complete everything daily, your account can go in protective mode. So you want to know what you need to do to make sure you stay out of there, right? Number 4, understand withdrawals. Don't wait until you're desperately in need of money to learn how withdrawal works. Because again, there's a processing time that happens. And if you need the money today, then you're not going to get it today. If you planned and made sure you're going to withdraw at a certain date so you can have it for a certain time, then okay, that's different, right? Okay. So, number 5, attend training. Policies and promotions can change. You want to make sure that you're up to date on every change and every update, and nothing catches you by surprise, right? Number 6, keep records. Track deposits, purchases, rewards, withdrawals, and other transactions. Document everything, right? Number 7, decide whether you want to build a team. You don't have to become an aggressive salesperson but learn how to communicate what you're doing clearly and responsibly. Does that sound fair? Give me some hearts, some thumbs up in the chat. Yes. Thank you. Okay. We're going to keep moving forward. I'm just going to check to see if there are any questions. I see some of you all answering some of the questions. That's okay. I mean, like I said, I thank you and I appreciate all the help, because guess what? We are all in this together and we're building, right? We are a family and we're doing some amazing things as a family. So 3 words I want you to remember. If you remember nothing else from tonight, remember these 3 words: learn, verify, execute. 3 words: learn, verify, execute. Learn what you're participating in. Verify information before repeating it. Then execute consistently on these things that you have decided are appropriate for you. Don't blindly follow anybody. That includes me, okay? Don't blindly follow anybody. Ask questions. Understand your money. Understand your responsibilities. And make informed decisions always, okay? And so now I want to open the floor. There are no stupid questions, and I need for you to know that. And if you don't understand something, just ask. Somebody else may have exactly the same question and simply be afraid to say something. So this is that time. This is our Q&A. You can ask questions. Any questions? Any questions? I'm looking on a couple of platforms, so bear with me. You can ask about getting started, robot options. You can ask about daily activities, all of these things. If I know the answer, I will explain it. Any questions? If I don't know the answer, I'm not going to make something up. I'm going to see if anyone else on the team knows, because guess what? We're all here together and we know, right? And then we will verify it. That's the standard that I set for my team. That's the standard that XAEL says. We always make sure that we have the information and we verify it. And it's in several different places. Okay, so I'm not going to belabor the time. If no one has any questions, I'm just going to simply say, I want to thank you all for joining me. For everyone who has joined, I thank you, I thank you, and I thank you. Whether you have joined XAEL yesterday or you are simply researching it right now, give yourself time to understand what you're looking at, right? You don't have to make every decision tonight. Learn the system, ask questions, verify the information, protect your finances. And if you decide that this opportunity aligns with your goals, then move forward intentionally and consistently, right? Show up and get as much information as you can. It's all there. It's all written out and laid out before you. For those who are already a part of the team, remember that we're not just trying to build numbers, that we're building wonderful legacy for our families. We're building opportunity, right? And we're changing our lives. And so legacy for me means that when somebody comes through our doors, we educate them, we support them, and we help them understand what they're doing. So I thank you all for joining me tonight. I look forward to seeing you all at the next training, and I will get with Mentor Toby and we'll decide when the next training will be. It'll probably in a couple of days. But I'm excited because we're doing some beautiful things. And even with the changes, there's some amazing things coming down the pipe, and you don't want to miss it. If you have an opportunity, you want us to get in on the front end of Google and you missed that opportunity. Microsoft, you missed that opportunity. Facebook, and you missed that opportunity. Know that this is another opportunity. You may not want to miss this one. You all have an amazing rest of your evening. I look forward to seeing the rest of you all on the absolutely wonderful day that tomorrow will be. Go forth I love you all to life. Goodbye. I am trying to stop sharing, and it's a whole